aren't on, but your voices will be.
We have 3 people waiting.
We have 3 people waiting. I mean, one of them might technically be me. Aren't on, but your voices will. Okay, I think it's working.
But
your voices will be. Oh, that's me. Yay!
Do we all go away now?
Yeah. Are we all ready to get started?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right, you can all go away and I'll just speak or something, I guess. All right. Let's do this. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the dress rehearsal of A Midsummer Night's live stream. We're really excited that you can be here. This is a little production thing that we've all gotten together to do. We have 7 actors who are going to be doing the entirety of Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, all on their own, switching between characters. It's really ridiculous. This is what we're calling an enhanced reading, which means the actors are not off book. They are reading from their script, but we have rehearsed and we're going to be doing it as best as we can. We're really excited to share this with you. It's been a lot of fun to work on. So I suppose without much further ado, we will start our live stream of A Midsummer Night's Dream. There will be one intermission for about 5 minutes, so you can take a little break if you need to. Anyway, all right, I think that's enough of me, and I give you Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon, but oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate. Stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword and won thy love doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What news with thee?
Yet full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter, Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. And stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlighted her windows sung, with feigning voice, verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with cunning. Thou hast filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness, and, my gracious duke, be it so. She will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you your father should be as God. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's advice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you could endure the livery of a nun. For I, to be in shady cloister mute, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint rhymes to the cold fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that master so their blood to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled, than that which withering in the virgin thorn grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing date betwixt my love and me, upon that day, prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as you would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield that crazy title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. You let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Mournful Lysander, truth he hath my love, and what is mine my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way is fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And, which is more than all the boast can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll vouch for his head, made love to Nadar's daughter Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon the spotted and inconsistent man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof, but being overfilled with self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come. And come, Aegeus. You shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself, to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens gild you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death, or to a vow single life. Come, my Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you on some business against our nuptial hour, and to confer with you of something nearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chanced rose there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them with the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me! For aught that I could ever read, could ever hear a tale or a history, the course of true love never did run smooth, but neither was different in blood,
O cross, too high to be enthralled to low.
or misgraft in respect of years.
Oh, spite, it too old to be engaged to young.
Or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Or if there were sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making a monotony as a sound, swift as a shadow, as short as any dream, brief as lightning in the coiled night, that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath the power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor lovers, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I've a widowed aunt, a dowager, of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me then, steal forth from thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, a league without a town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do the observance to Morname, there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen, when the false Trojan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in a number more than women ever spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me. Tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Ah, Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue's sweet air more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear. When wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, were favor so, yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no longer shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking the liquid pearls on the bladed grass, a time the lover's flight doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the wood where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet. And thence from Athens turn away our eyes and seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander. We must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote upon you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens, I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know, and as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile, folding no quantity, love can transform to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste, and therefore love is said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on a Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood he will tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back
Is our is our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
Good, Peter Quince. Say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Very good piece of work, I assure you, and Mary. Now, good, Peter Quince. Call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver?
Ready. Name what part I am for, and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure to the rest. Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Ericles rarely, or a part to Terracadon to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from afar, and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now, name the rest of the players. This was Ericles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender?
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
Oh, what is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Oh, knave, babe, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming in.
Well, that's all in one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my mask. Let me play Thisbe too. I will speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe. Ah, Pyramus, lover dear. Ah, Thisbe dear, my lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus. And Flute, you Thisbe.
I'll proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor? No.
Here, pretty Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker?
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug, the joiner. You, the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
Yes, you may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar. That I will do any man's good heart to hear me. I will roar that they will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies, and that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
And that would hang us every mother's
side.
I grant you, friends, if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you into a nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely, gentleman-like man. Therefore you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
Well, I will discharge it in either your straw yellow color beard, your orange tarny beard, your purple and green colored beard, or your French crown colored beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play barefaced. Yeah, but masters, here are your parts. Huh? Aha. I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace wood a mile without town by moonlight. There we will rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of properties such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough. Holder, cut bowstrings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through a bush, through a briar, over park, over pale, through a flood, through a fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than a moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen, to do her orbs upon the green. The cowslip tall are her pensioners be, in their gold coat spots you see, those be rubies, fairy favors. In those freckles live their saviors. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl on every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because she, as her attendant hath, a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king, she never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child knight of his train to trace the forests wild, but she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen, but they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape, or I am making quite, or else you're that shrewd and knavish sprite, called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he? That frightens the maidens of the villagery, that skims milk, sometimes labor in the kern, and bootless makes breathless housewives churn, and sometimes makes drink to bear no barm, mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm. Those that call that cobgoblin, call you sweet puck. You do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speakest aright, I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I am fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal, and sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap Pour the ale, the wisest ant telling the saddest tale. Sometime for 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bum, down topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough. And then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth and knees and swear a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room fairy, here comes Oberon.
Oh, and here my mistress, would that he were gone.
Ale met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous, Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Philidia. Why art thou here? But that forsooth the bouncing Amazon, your busk-skinned mistress, and your warrior love to Theseus must be wedded. And you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou, for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love for Theseus? Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Phrygia, whom he ravished, and make him with fair Aegles break his faith with Ariadne and Antiope?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never, since the midsummer spring, met we on a hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain, or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. With thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which, falling in a land, have every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the ploughman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter change their wanton liveries. And the mazed world, by their increase, now knows not which is which. And the same progeny of evil comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votaress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often has she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood, when we have laughed and growed big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, pretty and with swimming gait, following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate, and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles, and return again, as from voyage, rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake I do rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus's wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away! We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest? Since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath, that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music?
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed, a certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress passed on, in maiden meditation fancy free. Yet I marked where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound. Fetch me that flower, the herb I once showed thee. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make a man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle around the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing when she waking looks upon, be it lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, or meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm off from her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is as true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair, or rather do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel, and, Demetrius, use me but as the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worse or place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you, in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee, and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story will be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed, when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. Or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the woods.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee, and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Farewell, nymph. Ere he leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where ox slips and the nodding violet grows. There sleeps Titania sometime at night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove a sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come now, a roundel, a fairy song. Then for the third part of a minute hence. Then sing me to sleep, and then to your offices, and let me rest. Spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not seen. Noose and blind ones do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen. Philomel with melody, singing our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby. Never harm nor spell nor charm. Come our lovely lady nigh. So good night with lullaby. Thanks away, now all is well. Once aloof stands sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair. In thine eye what shall appear when thou wakest is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I forgot our way. And well, rest us here, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the new day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you the bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One church will serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take sense, sweet of my innocence. Love takes meaning from love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, that so that but one heart we can make of it. So two bosoms interchange with an oath, so then two bosoms be bosoms and one single troth. Then by your side, no bedroom me deny. As forced lying, so Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy lie further off. In human modesty, such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer, say I. And then end life when I end loyalty. Here's my bed. Sleep thee all thy rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eye be pressed. Oh.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian have I found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night Silence. Oh, who's here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid, and here a maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this killed courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril, I alone will go.
I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I'm as ugly as a bear. For beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel, though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and disassembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's speary eye. But who is here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead? Or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. O transparent Helena, nature shows art, that through thy bosom I can see thy heart. Oh, where's Demetrius? Oh, how vile a word for that name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. Then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent. The tedious minutes that I with her have spent. No, not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who would not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed. The reason says that you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe in season. So I, being young, till now ripe not to reason. And touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal of my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love's stories written in love's sweetest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? It's not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye, but you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong, good sooth, you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another therefore be abused.
No. She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never may thou come Lysander near. So that's her fight of all the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to my stomach brings. Or as tie heresies that men do leave, or are hated most of those they did deceive. So thou art my surfeit, and my heresy, of all the hated, but the most of me. And all my powers address your love and might, to honor Helena, and to be her knight.
Help me! Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Ay me, for pity. What a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander! Lord? What? Out of hearing? Gone? No sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak! And if you hear, speak of all loves! Oh, I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
Ah, Pat, here is a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are some things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
I lurk in a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have advice to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, and not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. And this will put them out of fear.
Oh, well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble my life for yours. If you think I have come hither as a lion, it were a pity on my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man as other men are, and there indeed let him name his name and tell them plainly he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there are 2 hard things, that is, to bring the moonlight into a chamber. For you know Pyramus and Thisbe meet at moonlight.
Does the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar. Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
It doth shine.
Yay!
Well then, may you leave the casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye. Or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern, and say that he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe says the story did talk through a chink in a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wall.
Well, if that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin, and when you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What, a play toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of Odious savour sweet.
Odors, odors.
odors savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice, stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
No stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry, must you. For you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come back again.
most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of colour like the red rose on triumphant briar, most brisky juvenile and eke most lovely Jew, as true as horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus's tomb, man. Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your parts at once, cues and all Pyramus enter. Your cue is past. It is never tired.
Oh, okay. As true as horse that would never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monster! We are haunted! Oh, pray, masters! Fly, masters! Help!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometimes a fire, and neigh and bark, and grunt and roar and burn like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, Autumn, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an asshead of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing. That they shall hear, I am not afraid. Usual cock so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the throstle with his note so true, the wren with little quail.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain-song cuckoo gray, the mole whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer near. For indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored by thy note. So is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. And thy fair virtue's force perforth doth move me on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that, and yet, to say truth, reason and love keep little company nowadays.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so, neither. But if I had wit enough to get me out of this wood, I had wit enough to serve my own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers doth sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness, so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, mustard seed. Ready? And I. Where shall we go? Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop on his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humblebees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes. To have my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes, nod to him, elves, and do him curtsies. Hail, mortal, hail, hail, hail.
I cry your worship's mercy. Heartily, I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb?
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peas Blossom.
I pray you commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peas God, your father. Oh, good Master Peas Blossom, I shall desire you of more acquaintance, too. Your name, I beseech you.
Mustard Seed.
Oh, good Master Mustard Seed. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. Oh, I desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue and bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awaked. Then what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What might rule now about this haunted grove?
Mistress, with a monster is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals that worked for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus's nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook a scene and entered in a break, when I did him at this advantage take an ass's knoll I fixed on his head. Anon, his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, when they him spy, as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet-pated choughs, many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves, and madly sweep the sky, so at his sight away his fellows fly, and at our stamp, here o'er and o'er one falls, he murder cries, and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenians' eyes with the love juice, as I bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is, finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked of force, she must be eyed.
Oh, stand close. This is that same Athenian.
This is the woman, but this is not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'er shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe it as soon as this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontides with Antipodes. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierce through the heart with your stern cruelty.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true, even for my sake. Durst thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with the doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, then, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege never to see me more. And from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
Great measure it will pay. If his tender here, I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turned true.
Then fate o'errules. I'm the one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, see thou bring her here, I'll charm her eyes, I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than arrow from Tardan's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg for her of remedy.
Captain of our very band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake.
And we'll two at once woo one. This must needs be sport alone, and those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn derision never come from tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and so vows are born. In their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge and faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, O devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me put into scales will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
If Demetrius loves her, he loves not you.
Oh. Helen, goddess, nymph, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe in show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too. If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so to vow and swear and super praise my parts, when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals, and love Hermia. And now, both rivals, to mock Helena, a trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin, and extort poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius, be not so. For you love Hermia, this you know, I know. And here with all my goodwill and all my heart, in Hermia's love, I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love till my death.
Did mockers waste more idle breath?
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My love to her, but as guest wise sojourned, and now to Helen is it home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide it dear. Oh, look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Oh, dark night, that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by my eye, Lysander, found. My ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly did thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
And what love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love doth not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more yields the night than all your fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know? The hate I bear thee made me leave thee so.
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive you have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, oh, is all forgot. All school days' friendship, childhood innocence. We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds have been incorporate. So we grew together, like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet a union in partition, two lovely berries molded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies, but one heart, two of the first, like coats in a heraldry, due but to one, and crowned with one crest, and will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly. 'Tis not maidenly. Our sex, well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face? And made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? Well, though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate but miserable most to love unloved, this you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persever, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well. It's partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
No, stay, gentle Helena, stay. Hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Please, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too. Quick, come.
Lysander, we're to tens all this.
Oh, hang off, thou cat, thou burr, vile thing, let loose, or I'll shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this? Sweet love.
Thy love. Ha! Outloathed medicine, hated potion, hence.
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I will not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? Am I as fair now as I was erewhile? Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest, shall I say?
I, by my life, I never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh me. You juggler! You canker blossom, you thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Oh, fine in faith. Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What will you tear impatient answers from my tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. Oh, and are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes.
Ah, I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. Perhaps may think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her. Good Hermia.
Oh, lower! Hark again!
Yeah, good Hermia. Do not be so bitter with Do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you, save that in love unto Demetrius I told him of your stealth unto this wood. He followed you. For love I followed him. But he hath chid me hence and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nay, and kill me, and kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go, to Athens will I bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. See how simple and how fond I am.
Why, get you gone. Who is't that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
When she's angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again! Nothing but low and little! Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Ah! Let me come at her!
Get you gone, you dwarf! You minimus, you bead, you acorn, you not kindred, you not grass maid.
Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take up not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abye it.
And now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or of mine, and most fair Helena.
Follow. Nay, I'll go with thee. Cheek by Joel.
You, mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
Yeah, I will not trust you, I. No longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands and mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Thou mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did you not tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garment he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise, and that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes, and so far am I glad it so did sort as this their jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest those lovers seek a place to fight. Hide, therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon, with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander, sometimes frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong. And sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error of his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next awake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. Thus I, in this affair, do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy. And then I will her charmed eye release from monster's view, and all things shall be peace. But notwithstanding haste, make no delay. We will effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down. Up and down. I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down and up. Oh, here comes one.
Wert thou, proud Demetrius, speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready, where art thou?
I'll be with thee straight.
Follow me, then, to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou lookest for wars, and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come, thou child, I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice, we'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me and still dares me on. And when I come where he calls, then he is gone. And though is much lighter foot healed than I followed fast and faster did he fly. That I fall and I am I in this dark and even way. Here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day. For if but once thou show me thy great light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, coward! Why comest thou not?
Abide me, if thou darest, for well I wot thou runnest before me, shifting every place. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, when thou mockest me, thou shalt buy this dear, if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
Oh, weary night, long and tedious night, abate thy hour. Shine comforts from the east that I may back to Athens by daylight, from these that my poor company detest. And sleep sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye. Steal me a while for mine own company. Yet but three? Come one more. Two of both kinds make up four. Here she comes.
Cursed and sad, Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with the briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs cannot keep up with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heavens shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound, I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known that every man should take his own in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, not Shogal ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Hey, oh guys, you can't be yelling though. You can yell at the
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, oh my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Monsieur Cobweb, good monsieur. Get you your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped bumblebee on the top of a thistle. And good monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Where is Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready?
Give me your knife, Monsieur Mustard Seed. Pray you, leave your curtsy, good monsieur.
What's your will?
Nothing, monsieur, but to help Cavalier Cobweb to scratch. I must the barbers, monsieur, for methinks I am marvelous hairy about the face, and I'm such a tender ass. If my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What? Wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
Oh, I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongues and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Oh, methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I had rather a handful or two of dried peas. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist, the female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Oh, her dotage now I do begin to pity. For, meeting her late behind the wood, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For his hairy temples had then rounded with a coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew, which sometimes on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty floweret's eyes like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask her for her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. Now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, gentle Puck, take this transformed cap. Fuck no. Guys, I just went all the way back to the beginning of the script. Just a second.
Yeah.
Fairies and their magic.
I use to take up the
Yo, just while we're paused.
Great.
Shona, you were hilarious.
And, gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp off of the head of this Athenian swain, that he awaking when the other do may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Beest thou as wont to be as thou wast wont to see, Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, Wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored by an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off his head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these five the sense.
Music, music, such as charm asleep.
Now when thou wakest, with thine own fool eyes peep.
Sound music. Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus's house triumphantly, and bless it all in fair prosperity.
Fairy king, attend and mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad trip we after the night's shade.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
Go! One of you, find out the forester. For now our observation is performed, and since we have the forward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Candace once, when in wood of crates they bathed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind, so flew, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew. Slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells, each under each. A cry more tunable was never hollowed to, nor cheered with horn in Crete or Sparta nor in Thessaly. Judge when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here, asleep. And this Lysander, this Demetrius is, this Helena, old Nader's Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent came here to grace our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, was not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns.
Hey, wake up! Wake up!
St. Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds somewhat to quibble now.
Pardon, my lord?
I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world that hatred is so far from jealousy to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
Oh, my lord, I shall reply amazedly. Half sleep, half waking, but as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, and now do I bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of Athenian law.
Enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius. thereby to have defeated you and me, you of your wife, and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, and this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them, fair Helen, in fancy following me. But, my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is. My love to Hermia melted as the snow, and all the faith, the object, and the pleasure of mine eye is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia, but like in sickness did I loathe this food, but as in health come to my natural taste. And now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we will hear anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple by and by with us these couples shall eternally be knit. And for the morning now, with something worn, our purpose something shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3, we'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and indistinguishable.
Methinks I see things with the parted eye, when everything seems double.
Oh, methinks. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us to follow to the temple.
Why then we are awake. Let us follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams. When my cue comes, call me. I will answer. My next is most fair appearance. Oh, hi-ho. Peter Quince. Flute the bellows mender. Snout the tinker. Starveling. I have had God's my life. Stolen hence and left me sleeping. I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound his dream. Methought I was... There is no man can tell what. Methought I was, and methought I had. But man is but a patched fool if me offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, for it hath no bottom. And I will sing it in the latter end of the play before the Duke!
Have you sent to Bottom's home yet? Is he home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he is transported.
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he simply hath the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yea, and the best person too. And he is a very paramour of a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is... Oh, God bless it, a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom, Thus hath he lost sixpence a day during his life. He could not have escaped sixpence a day, and Duke had not given him sixpence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. Sixpence a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Bottom! Oh, most courageous day! Oh, most happy hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what. For if I tell you I am no true Athenian, I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together. Meet presently at the palace. Every man look for his part, for the short and long is, our play is preferred. And most dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath, and I do not doubt to hear them say, it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away. Go away.
Oh.
'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never made believe these antique fables nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all as frantic, sees Helen's beauty in an ass's knoll. The poet's eye, in fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heavens to earth, from earth to heaven, and as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes, and gives airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination, that, if it would but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or, in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed to bear.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witness it than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy. But howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us. Wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours betwixt our after summer and our bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Philostrate! Philostrate!
Here, mighty Theseus.
What abridgment have you for this evening? What mass? What music?
There is a brief. How many sports are ripe? Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with the centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. Well, none of that. That I have told my love in the glory of my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That is an old device, and it was played when I from Thebes last came as conqueror. The thrice 3 muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. Oh, this is some satire keen and critical, not sorting with a nuptial ceremony. Tedious, brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, a very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief, and that is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord. Some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play, but by 10 words, my lord, it is too long. which makes it tedious, for in all the play there is not one word apt, one player fitted, and tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess made mine eyes water, but more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
And what are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with the same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it!
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intents extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in. Take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness overcharged and duty in its service perishing.
My gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kinder we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake. And what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have purposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes. Where I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accents in their fears, and, in conclusion, dumbly have broke off not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, out of this silence, yet I picked a welcome. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity in least speaks most to my capacity.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Oh, let him approach. We can't hear you. Louder!
If we offend you, it is with our goodwill. That you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to contest you, our true intent is. That you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand upon points.
He hath read his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop. A good moral, my lord, is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on his prologue like a child on a recorder. A sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain. Nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who's next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady Thisbe is certain. This man with line and rough cast doth present wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder, and through the wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper. And at the which let no man wonder, this man with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn presenteth moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo. And this grisly beast, which lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle did she fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat with blade, with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his broiling, bloody breast, and Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. Ah! For all the rest, let's lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, where here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord, one lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one snout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so, and this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Who would desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard, discord, my lord.
Oh, Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim-looked night. Oh, night with hue so black. Oh, night which ever art when day is not. Oh, night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, that stands between his father's ground and mine. O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall, Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss, cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, truth, sir, she should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You will see, it would fall pat as I told you. Done, here she comes. Oh, wall, full often hast thou heard my moans, for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up for thee. I see a voice. Now will I do the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe, my love, thou art my love, I think. Think what thou wilt, I am thy lover's grace. And like Limander am I trusty still. And I like Helen, till fates me kill. Not shaftless to Procus was so true. As shaftless as Procus I to you. Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall. I kiss the wall's hole and not your lips at all. Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway? Tide left, tide death, I come without delay.
Hey. Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done the wall away doth go.
Now is the mural down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning. This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse, if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
But we imagine no worse than they of themselves. They may pass for excellent men. Oh, here come two more noble beasts, a man and a lion.
You, ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on the floor, may now perchance both wake and tremble here. When lion, rough in wildest rage, doth roar, that know that I, one snug sojourner, am a lion fell, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should, as lion, come in strife into this place, twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast of a good conscience.
The very best at a beast, my lady, that ever I saw.
The lion is very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lady, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned mood present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned mood present. Myself, the man in the mood, do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lantern. How else is the man in the moon?
He dares not come there for the candle, for, you see, it is already in snuff.
I am weary of this moon. Would he would change.
It appears by his small light of discretion that he is in the wane, but yet in courtesy we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lanthorn is the moon, and I am the man in the moon. This thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Here comes Thisbe.
It's old Ninny's tune. Where's my love?
Oh.
Well roared, lion!
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shone moon. Truly, the moon shines with a good grace.
Oh, well mouse lion.
And so the lion vanished.
And then came Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, O spite, oh, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here. Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear. Thy mantle good, what stained with blood? Approach, ye furies fell. Oh, fates, come, thread and thrum. Quaint clutch, conclude, and quell.
The passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
He shrew my heart, but I pitied the man.
Come, tears, confound, outsword, and wound the pap of Pyramus. I that left pap where heart doth hap. Let's die, I thus. Now am I dead, now am I fled, my soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light, moon, take thy flight. Now die, 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 die.
No die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead. He's nothing.
Oh, with the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and prove an ass.
How chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She will find him by starlight. Oh, here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A mote will turn the balance, which Pyramus, which Thisbe is better. He for a man, God warrant us. She for a woman, God bless us.
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means bid elect.
Asleep, my love? Dead? My dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak, speak! Oh, quite dumb. Dead, oh, too, has covered thy sweet eyes. These lips, my lips, this cherry nose, these cowslip cheeks are gone, are gone! Lovers make moan! His eyes were as green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me, with hands as pale as milk, lay them in gore, since you have the shore, with shears his thread of silk, tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword, come blade my breast in and farewell, farewell, friends. Thus this beat ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and the wall too.
No, assure you, the wall is down that parted their fathers. Will you please to hear an epilogue or see a Bergamask dance between two of our company?
No, epilogue, I pray you, for your play needs no excuse. Mary, if he that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, truly, and very notably discharged. But come, your Bergamask, let your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers to bed. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn. So as much as we have this night have overwatched a fortnight, hold we this solemnity in nightly revels and new jollity.
Now the weary, now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary task fordone. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night that the graves all gaping wide, every one lets forth his sprite, in the churchway paths to glide, and we fairies that do run by the triple hectates team from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream, now are frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before, sweep the dust behind the door.
Through the house give gathering light, by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. And this ditty after me, sing and dance it trippingly.
First, rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace, we will sing and bless this place.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true and loving be. With this field do consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless through this palace with sweet peace. And the owner of it blessed ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear. And this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest Puck, if we have unearned luck now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the Puck a liar call. So, good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming to our dress rehearsal of the live stream. Yay. We hope you enjoyed yourself as much as we did. We had a blast creating this for you. And we hope it brightened your day a little bit. Thank you so much for coming. See you later.